everyone! Today I'm doing my most used twin baby items. I am not going to share like all of my baby favorites because that could be a whole nother video, but today I am specifically sharing my most used twin products. So if you are interested in that, please keep on watching. But getting right into the video, my very most used twin product is the Twin Z pillow. It is, I think, a nursing pillow, but for me, I've actually never used it for nursing. I just use it as a lounger. I use it every single day, and my boys are 4 months old and they still fit in it great, and I think I'm planning on using it as a lounger until they can sit up on their own. They just lounge in it, they eat in it, and they slept in it when they were little. They sleep in their cribs now, just like take naps in it. And I love it so much. It's like a big W where there's like two little U's where they can sit, and when they're smaller you can buckle it and the holes are smaller. As they grow you can like open it up so that they can like sit in it without worrying about like sliding out. I use it so much. I tell every twin mom that is like the #1 thing. It's a little bit of an investment, but it is so worth it. Okay, I found these day beds off Amazon that I used for naps, and they are so nice. I did not want to spend over $100 on a lounger because they're basically a fancy dog bed. I see these Snuggle Me Organics and Dog Tots, and they're like up to like $200, $300. And when I have to buy 2 of them, I need to find a more affordable option. So I found these ones on Amazon. I will link them below and put the name of them right here because I can't remember. They are like a cute gray striped bed. They are so easy to wash. You can just zip the cover off, wash them. My boys have loved them. They sleep in them great. They're breathable. Like even if you smash your face right up against the edge, the material, you can completely breathe fine, which gives me peace of mind. They're so comfortable. You can put them in their crib. You can put them as a co-sleeper. You can use them just for naps. Like, I love them. The next thing I have is a Wubbanub. A lot of twins are preemies, and I heard that it's very common for preemies to have the problem with spitting their binkies out. I'm sure full-term babies can have that problem too, but why I love these so much is the stuffed animal acts as a weight. When the binky is in their mouth, if they like try to spit it out, it doesn't just like fall out. It kind of stays on their face so they can suck it back in, which I love. Like, I kind of thought they were a little cheesy and like just like for cute, but then I realized how useful they are with weighing that binky down. Plus, if your baby kind of likes to sleep to the side, you can kind of wedge it, so if they spit their binky out, it's still right by their mouth so they can get it back in. I have 2 Swaddles that were my absolute favorite. The first one I used as new Warrens that kept their arms down and tight next to them is the Woombi Swaddle. So that one was so awesome because it was just basically like a tight sleep sack where they could just have their arms down to their side so they wouldn't startle themselves awake. And I liked those because I tried other sleep sacks, but a lot of them, the material was too stretchy and the babies were just moving too much that they would wake themselves up. And then now, as they're 4 months old, they're not rolling yet. They can roll from their bellies to their backs, but not their backs to their bellies, so they're still swaddled. I have transitioned them into the Love to Dream Swaddles. These are the swaddles where they look like little gingerbread men because they have a little spot right here for they can put their arms up by their face. So they use those now, and they seem so much more comfortable with their arms up here. We have been using those for the past like 2 weeks, and I love them. If you are expecting twins, you definitely need any sort of body carrier. I prefer wraps. I really like the way the wrap feels because you can make it tighter or looser depending on their size. And the one I have is actually handmade by my sister-in-law, but they have so many out there. I know that like Wild Bird has some, and you can get some on Amazon. It makes your life so much easier, especially when like we're over at family's houses or whatever. I can put one of the babies in the carrier, someone else can hold the other one, and I can have my arms free to do things. I'm sure they're so useful when you just have one baby because you can just stick them in there and do whatever you want. Even just having one of the twins in there gives me a lot more freedom to move around and do what I need to do. They make double carriers, and I've actually never tried them yet. My boys are like almost 30 pounds combined, so I don't know how comfortable that would be. It's starting to get warmer, and I think I'm gonna get like a hiking one that just holds one baby at a time so we can go on like hikes and walks, because the wrap isn't really meant for that. I love the wrap as far as just like casual wearing them out and about. My next must-have is bottle grass. I have a white bottle grass. Basically what it is it's like a drying rack, but it's just a flat square, and it looks like little plastic grass pieces, and you just stick your bottles and your lids on those. And I go through so many bottles a day with both the boys. If you're breastfeeding, you wouldn't need one, but I pumped and do formula. All I use are bottles basically as of now. It makes drying them so much easier. I didn't have to buy like some big obnoxious drying rack to get all the parts dry. I got the white one because I think it's like prettier and less obnoxious in the kitchen, but they make like a cute green one, and I use it every single day. Couldn't live without it. The next thing that I use all the time are burp cloths. I probably have 20 of them just because I go through them so much. I use them for a few different things. The number one thing I probably use them for is to prop bottles. I know bottle propping is controversial, but I would never really do it if I just had one baby, but when you have multiples, sometimes you have to. Ask any mom of multiples, I'm sure they have propped a bottle before. I use my twinsy pillow and I'll lounge the babies in there, and I'll just turn their head, and I'll usually try to hold one baby and prop the bottle on the other. My wrists get way too tired if I'm trying to like hold the bottle in both of their mouths at the same time. I will just roll up a burp cloth and set it underneath. That's just one way I use it. When it's warm outside, you can use them as blankets. If you don't want your baby to feel too hot but the sun is in their face, it's so nice to drape those over their car seats instead of like a big heavy car seat cover. You can use them to swaddle. You can use them to clean up spit up. Like I have a few smaller ones in my diaper bag for spit up, and I have like a few of the bigger, lighter ones for like bottle propping and car seat blankets and all that kind of stuff. If you have twins, you've got to have a double stroller. I was going to get a used City Select, and then I ended up deciding to go for a Graco double because City Select is like $700. There were people wanting to get me a shower gift, and I didn't want to be like, oh, the stroller I want is $700, because that's just like obscene. I had Graco car seats, which ultimately made me want to get the Graco stroller. I got the Graco Duo Glide double stroller, and honestly, I love it. I have zero complaints. Like, seeing it up against a City Select jogger stroller, that one is probably flatter when it like closes and it's a little smoother, but I love the Duo Glide, and the best part is it's $129 for a double stroller. I use it all the time. It's so easy to strap the car seats into it. They literally just click in. If you want to use it as a bassinet, the top part flattens down into a bassinet, and when you're ready for it to be double stroller, you just put the seats back up, and you don't have to buy any attachments. Just you use your car seats, done, no attachments. Fold it into a bassinet without any attachments, and then fold it back up into like 2 seats without any attachments. It's so simple. I guess like my only complaint, which really isn't valid, I just have a small car and I am getting an SUV in a few months, so it's not gonna be a big deal. I have to take like one part off in order for it to fit in my trunk when it's flat, because it doesn't flatten down like super thin. Like it's fine, but it's not super compact. But I'm sure once I get an SUV, that won't be an issue. My next must-have is my SmartBeat monitor. So this is a baby monitor that actually tracks your baby's breathing and respiratory rates. The Owlet socks are like $300 a piece, and I just could not afford to buy 2 of them. So I actually was reached out to by this company, and they sent me a monitor for free. I'm not sponsored or anything. They just wanted to send me one to like review it and give them feedback, because it's a local company in my city. I have loved it. Well, everything is through your phone. You set up the monitor in your nursery, and then the camera, the video all comes through your phone. It shows their breathing, and it can see them breathing through a swaddle, which is so cool. They send you alerts if their breathing is like staggered or has like weird patterns, or if they're not taking approximately enough breaths per minute as they should be. You can move the camera all around, and it's so nice. Like it is, the night vision on it is so good. I never have problems seeing like what's going on, and I have it positioned so I can see like both cribs really well. I wouldn't use any other monitor at this point. As far as like baby wellness items, I am going to stick with like these 4 things whenever the boys like aren't feeling well, and it's a humidifier, which whenever they're stuffy, babies' airways, they're so small, they get stuffy really easily. I always have a humidifier in their room, blasting, making that thing really humid, because I live in Utah. There's no humidity, it's so dry. So a humidifier, a nose Frida, they seem intimidating, but when you know how to use them, they're so nice. You just suck their boogers out. It's like a little attachment with like a tube connected to it, and you stick it in their nose and suck their boogers out. and it's way more hygienic than the bulbs. The people in the NICU actually told us not to use bulbs because they're just so unhygienic, and like it's so hard to get the boogers out that were caught in there. They just like dry up and get stuck in there, and it's disgusting. The nose Frida is the way to go. And saline spray. So they told us this was safe to use like at any age. It's just like we got a little like pressurized can of saline spray that's meant for babies, and it just loosens everything up, because sometimes if they get dry and their boogers get dry and it gets stuck, they just are so uncomfortable. I will like spray saline in there and let it sit for a few minutes, and then I'll be able to suck the boogers out, because it just keeps everything nice and moist in there so they're not uncomfortable. And then the last thing is Aqua Floor, which I use for everything. Baby Aqua Floor can be used for dry skin. It can be used for like irritation, chapped lips. It's like an end-all be-all. I love it. I keep a tube in their nursery, in my diaper bag, in my room. I use it all the time. We are almost done. I think the only thing left are binky clips, but they have a little clip on them, and then there's a tie to tie their binky on the other end. And it's just so if they spit their binky out, it doesn't fall onto the floor. And especially with twins and preemie twins, you want as least amount of germs on their binkies possible when you can. I think that might be it. I have, of course, like a lot of loved baby items that honestly didn't make a difference as far as twins go. I think as of now, that is all. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. I am trying to grow my channel. I just love a way to support my family from home. Also, please give me a follow on Instagram if you want. I post pretty regularly. Thanks. Bye.